Hello everybody, now before I start this review I would just like to say a huge thank you because not so long ago, a couple of weeks ago, I hit 500 subscribers on this YouTube channel, and that is actually one of the most amazing things I think that I've ever achieved. Yeah, so I'd just like to say a massive thank you. Details for a special video will be coming out soon. Leave your suggestions below if you would like any contribution into that. But yeah, so I will let you watch the review of this gorgeous locomotive. So thank you very much yet again, very much guys, and roll the intro. Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Now today is yet another locomotive review, and I'm sorry if you have been like in flux with locomotive reviews on this channel recently. Basically I've had quite a lot offered to me in terms of material, and I just thought may as well get them done. So yeah, today's review is assisted by James Wilson, who kindly provided this lovely model standing before you, or sitting before you rather. It is, of course, as you can tell, a Bachmann Class 4MT 460 tender loco in BR Black Late Crest. The Class 4MT was one of the most popular of the standard classes, and mixed traffic 460s could go almost anywhere. They had a longer working range than their tank engine counterpart, of course the standard 4MT tanks, the 80,000s. And they were designed by R.A. Riddles at Brighton and then built at Swindon in 1951. The class was allocated to the London Midland region, the Southern and the Western region. The last of the class was withdrawn in 1968, and 6 of the members have been preserved. So, there's a little brief history on the model. So what I will do now is it's the Bachmann ice block packaging, so what I will do is I'll completely unbox it. I'll speed up the footage a bit and overlay some music. Now before I go any further, I'd just like to point out the little detail pack you get with the model. You get some steps, some vacuum pipes and some cylinder cocks. So we'll just finish unboxing the model now. So guys, as you can tell, as soon as you get it out of the box, it is just a lovely model from first glance. So what we'll do first is look at the locomotive unit. Now, one of the good things I like about this model is, of course, loco and tender are separated. So, whoa. First thing you'll notice, quite a large amount of weight in this. Fairly weighty model. We'll start down below. So you've got some nice, I assume, sort of ejector and injector, no, not injector, ejector detail there, and some various pipe work, and some nice linkage. See the brake hangers there with the brake rigging already fitted, and yeah, nice linkage, nice wheel detail there, sort of nice moulded wheel interiors, and yeah, so you've got the valve gear. Very complex looking and very accurately modelled it seems, and the nice cylinder lining there as well. You got the front bogie, which of course is screwed in. Oh, it's got a spring there. You can see just in there, and you've also got a NEM pocket with a slimline tension lock in it, and the buffer beam. Let's put it in. No, that'll do. You got some nice riveting there, as well as I assume sprung buffers. Yep, sprung buffers. There we go. Yep, there we go. And you got some lamp hooks, and what I assume is the builder's plate. Will I try zoom into it? Oh, I briefly got it. Built what I assume will be 1953. Judging by the look of it, it's Swindon. There we go. Not often you can zoom in on a builder's plate. So yeah, you've got some nice front element detail there. As I said, the builder's plate, the front steps. This is one of the things I like about these standards, is this sort of big plate below the smoke box. It's quite nice. And then we got 89C for the shed code, and 7503 as the smoke box number plate, and some very nice smoke box front detail there. Just noticed a bit of dust, but that can be cleared up with a brush stroke or two. And moving on to the side of the boiler, got nice handrails, and that would be the injectors there, I assume. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course. You got some nice boiler band lining and more pipe work, and the safety valves there in the center of the frame, and then the whistle up there. So yeah, nice detail around the firebox. You got the washout plugs and the dome. Moving along down, nice chimney detail as well. And onto the cab now. Got nice printed number and lining, and some very fine like handrails there with the cab door, and some sort of, you know, nice glazing inside. Now the cab was mixed bag, I suppose. It is a fairly old Bachmann model now, but I would have expected a few more things painted. So you got the gold and the white details there painted, many valves and sight glasses and all that jazz. Got crew seats in there. It's a nice cab. Look good with a crew in it, of course. Yeah, the other side is virtually the same, except we've got a few more driver's side details, or was it fireman's side? Can't remember. But yeah, so that is the locomotive portion of the model. Oh, we zoomed out a little too much there. There we go. And moving on to the tender. Now, I believe if we refer to, I'll zoom right out, we refer to the box. It is a BR2 tender. Oh, I forgot to mention it's 8-pin DCC ready, this model. Yeah, 31-118, and it's a BR2 tender. Many different standard tenders there was. So yeah, very nice tender this actually. With some nice axle box and spring detail. All of the rivet counters out there will be foaming at the mouth at all the rivets on the tank and the frame. And some nice tender backhead detail. And as I mentioned earlier, the way this locomotive connects is individually, and there's a bar on the locomotive, which I'll demonstrate in a second, that goes through that hole there. Oh, there we go, back in focus, and fits onto that prong just where my fingernail is there. So yes, back to the tender. Got some very small little coal detail, and the brake levers, and the nice stepped side of this tender I do quite like, and I assume, I'm not going to try, but I assume the coal load is removable. I can, by feeling it, you can sort of tell. You've got the water filler and the water breather, some nice handrails, and some more detail. BR2, and then the number, and then it's 3,500 gallon tender there. Looks like 1953 or 6, not quite sure. But yes, and nice ladder, and yet more lamp hooks, and another slimline tension lock on the back, and yet more sprung buffers, and a hook where you can add your own 3-link chain. So that is the tender. Oh, I forgot to mention, very nice livery application as well. So I forgot to mention, in terms of coupling this locomotive up, the locomotive has a bar there. It slots right in there, and then you flip it over, and oh, probably shouldn't be doing this through the viewfinder actually. And there is the model coupled. So there we have it, the Bachmann standard 4MT tender locomotive. I've got a nice freight lined up for it, and if you also look closely, have a look at some of the wagons in the freight. They've changed a little bit, perhaps with the art of weathering, but you know, subtle hint there. But yeah, so we'll couple it onto a freight, give it a few circuits, a few running shots, and we'll draw it up with a conclusion. So let's go over to the layout. So we've got our 4MT over here. Just pop it on the track, make sure that front bogie is on correctly, which it is. The loco's on. The tender, that's a different story. There we go. So we got a nice freight there. Now remember what I said about looking at some of the wagons. A couple of the wagons aren't mine, they're just here for a treatment, you could say, if you sort of picked up on what I said earlier. So yeah, we will give the loco a spin and see how she performs, which I can guarantee you is very well. And there we have it, guys, the Bachmann 4MT number 75033, courtesy of James Wilson. His channel is linked below, of course. Now, I actually really don't know what to say on this model. The detail is absolutely flawless, so fine and well applied. The paintwork is, or the paint application rather, is just stunning. very clean, very sharp. Transfers, again, very nice. The running quality, 10 out of 10, very smooth locomotive. It will negotiate all sorts of point work, and the box itself of that the model came in, Bachmann box, top notch, I guess. So yeah, anyway, that, what more can I say? If you're looking for a BR standard, sort of tender loco, medium sized, I think this is the one to go for. This example from Bachmann is absolutely stunning, and I want one. But yeah, so that pretty much rounds it off, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this review. If you noticed what is different about the freight train that the Standard 4 was pulling, then have a guess in the comments below, and a video will be coming on that shortly. So anyway, guys, please remember to like, comment, subscribe if you are not already. More great content coming your way very shortly. Again, sorry for the absence in videos. As I've said, I've been very busy. And yeah, more great models like this coming your way shortly. Like me on Facebook as well. Get sort of more up-to-date things. For example, the wagons, hint, hint. And yeah, and there's also linked below is my New Zealand Railway photography page, which I do sort of update weekly. I go out on little photography adventures and photograph trains on the way. So, pretty much rounds it off. So, yeah, see you later, guys.